Well, there in this class there were no students. There were no students. So I'm going to start with the class again because I already recorded. Yo grabé una clase hace 5 minutos, hace 10 minutos y voy a proceder a grabar esta clase, ¿sí? Con el propósito de evidenciar mi existencia a esta clase. En esta clase no hubieron estudiantes que se hayan registrado, por lo tanto igualmente dejo evidenciado eso, ¿no? Aquí se puede ver que no hay estudiantes y bueno, voy a proceder con la clase. Bueno, hello everyone. They already fine. Now I'm going to share my screen. Well, my name is Edwin Aguanalban. This is B2 level real English scenario. The topic for today is about environmental issues, talking about climate change and sustainability, right? So we're gonna do what we must do, what a student must do is to read this objective, right? Learn vocabulary related to environmental issues, read and analyze short text about a successful environmental campaign, watch this Discord, and so on. Then I'm gonna proceed to, or gonna start reading this instruction for class. Participate actively in every class, you will gain confidence fluently, practice English daily with your videos from friends, you will improve faster and speak naturally. Enjoy learning through games, teamwork, and creativity. You will have fun and remember more. That's the instruction for the class in order to make the student feel confidence, feel motivated about this class, right? So we're gonna do the first stage. This is a warm up. What what we must do is to tell one or two brands associated with being environmentally friendly, right? So in the first stage, I would it has to be like this. In if the student were here, but the student is not here, and I just tap off this or uncover these pictures. The idea that the student can tell me two brands associated, one or two brands associated with being environmentally friendly. If they don't know about anything about this, I would share one brand which is related to eco-friendly stuff, eco-friendly matter. In this case, we have here Tesla, that is a famous brand, you know, the author or the, I don't know, the pioneer, the pioneer, I don't know how to say pioneer is I don't remember them. Let me find out here. Pioneer or Pioneer no, Tesla cars. I don't remember what happened with me. Uh, Tesla Motors, Elon Musk. Yes, Elon Musk is the pioneer of the the fundator for this brand, right? The Tesla cars. These Tesla cars are eco-friendly. Why? I must ask the student why this is eco-friendly. So the student have to say no, because it's electric cars. There are most of the car of Tesla brand are produced are like a electric cars. They work with electric energy and so on. And then we have other this as the same, but BMW is like I would explain the student that, right? Because I think the student don't know. But I would ask the student, why do you think BMW could be, in this case, eco-friendly? And the student have to say, for example, I think BMW cars are eco-friendly because I think if they can also produce energy cars, or maybe they don't release CO2 in the air while they are working on the street, or they are running on the streets. They are so efficient about talking the combustion of the motor of the oil. When you know the structure of the car, the motors are manufactured and have new technology in order to not spend oil during the during the driving, right? So then we have here the other one that is Apple, and I would ask the student why Apple is is environmentally friendly, and the student must say, for example, I think Apple is eco-friendly because the package of iPhones are eco-friendly, are made of carton. I don't know how to say. Uh, let me put here example. A package of iPhone eco-friendly. Friendly. Let me put here eco-friendly. That's and I will put here, for example, these ones. These packages are eco-friendly, right? These packages are eco-friendly. Like this, for example, this is eco-friendly, but iPhones are the package of iPhones are eco-friendly because they are made of fiber instead of plastic, right? So a fiber-based material instead of plastic, right? So then that's the point. They can discuss about it. They can say no because iPhone pretend to be eco-friendly, but they don't invest in new packages, just the same packages, or electronic devices like iPhones are are made of components that are so harmful for the environment. For example, the no I don't know, the aluminum or the I don't know, the silicious. I don't know, maybe one of two components or most of the components that are made that cell phones are made of are harmful for the environment. It's something that the student must discuss and we must discuss about it, right? So now we're gonna do a vocabulary activity. So we have here a letter soft, right? That's the activity for today. We're gonna try sustainability, climate change words, renewable energy work, carbon footprints, deforestation, recycling, conservation, eco-friendly. These are the words for today, and we're gonna do this activity. So what I must do is to share with the student this this link, right? This link to him or to her or to them, in order to make them do this activity, right? So then what we must do is to continue with this reading comprehension activity. So we have here a picture in order to show the student what it is about, right? Don't buy this jacket. This is a kind of advertisement or an ad. Uh, that the student must read here this little description. Patagonia Cereals ran this ad on Black Friday to 2011 and sales increased 30%, right? This brand or this company is show a great way to a great method or strategy of marketing. So to sell their products and to increase the rate uh, of purchase in their company, right? And now, in this case, it increased 30% because they say, for example, the student will read all of this, right? So, but the main topic for today is that the principal message the student must analyze is that this um, this topic is related to at or to climate change and the environment, and it said that this ad company this ad explained that making just one of their jackets used 135 liters of water and created 20 pounds of carbon dioxide. People were shocked but also impressed, right? This is a way to be conscious, but at the same time a way to like manipulate people in the for buying in the future, like because they will feel like they are the company are is so honest, and the people buyers like companies to be honest with their products, right? Or honest with the things they produce. In this case, they say that this the producing the I don't know how to say it. the factory produce 135 liters of water and create 20 pounds of carbon dioxide, making these kind of jackets, these kind of products, right? These kind of clothes, you know. And then this producing the amount of people. Okay, this company is so honest, and I think because they are honest, I will buy in the future more things than now, right? So, and then when I want to ask students these questions, what was new surprise about don't buy the jacket? What I already told you, right? So then we're gonna do a listening activity. We're gonna do an listening activity. This is an activity related to the modern nature, the environment, the climate change, and so on. Did it shows what the student must do is to watch, listen carefully this video that is about environmental I don't know issues, and the student must tell me or ask the students some of the questions related to this video. And I want to ask the student or the students, uh, what is the message for this video, or what is a reflection, or what is the moral is for this video, something like this. Oh, for example, I think this video showed a great message to the world because uh, iPhone company are trying to improve their products, doing or making more conscious about their producers, the producing. I think they are improving more with their eco-friendly stuff, and they are doing the best as possible to achieve that goal to reduce way to reduce they reduce these effects of climate change in the world. Or maybe the student could say, no teacher, I think is not real because they they are releasing a lot of emission in the air. They are producing for producing electronic components. There are a lot of uh, uh, they produce a lot of water. They produce a lot of they release a lot of chemical in the air by producing electronic devices, electronic components, and the paint for the product. This paint is made of chemicals right away. For example, paint of iPhone, paint of iPhone is harmful for health, for the environment. Let me put the environment, and let me see here. Yes, the paint environment impact iPhone and harmful, stemming from the energy-intensive mining of rare earth metals and manufacturing process and the disposal devices, which can release toxic substances like arsenic and lead into the environment. While Apple is working on making its product more sustainable, the production and use of older smartphones have significant environmental consequences, right? The paint for the product, right? I don't know if they paint or the paint. Let me see. The paint is like dolor, but in this case, it's paint, right? Let me see here. Is the paint? Is the same. The paint I'm referring to aluminum and is no primary source of environmental harm, but it produces larger than harmful is rare and employs mining chemicals while up some refer to. Yes, it's something like similar, right? Okay. And it's all. And then we're gonna do a speaking activity. So, do you think large companies are doing enough to combat climate change? What are the simple things individual can do to live, uh, can do to live more sustainably? And in my opinion, what is the most serious environmental issues today? Why? And we have here these 10 effects of climate change. We have here rising temperature, melting ice, changes to ecosystem requests, or hot winters, really hot winters. For example, here in Colombia, there are a lot of places or regions that are like I don't know, they are causing like a lot of hotness in the environment. It's really, really hot in Cali, for example. And also in Ecuador, the country I live, I travel. I don't know how to say. I recently traveled from Ecuador to here, but Ecuador, I really feel the change. I really felt the change when I was traveling from Ecuador to Colombia, and Ecuador is so hot. It's more hot than it's hotter than Colombia, but Colombia is less hot, but there are regions in Colombia that are hotter than maybe in Ecuador, right? So now we have discussed all of this. The student talk about it. I'm talking about it, and we're discussing about it. And also, uh, the student have to give me some opinions about large companies that are doing enough companies. What companies are the most like consciousness about their produce, the impact of the products in the air, the part of the product in the environment, the part of the product in the water, in the river, in the ocean, right? So because I forget about to talk about it, because some of the products around the world uh, related to, for example, paint, like color, or that have that you paint for in your on your walls and your walls in your room. You paint all the room. This painting, these paintings are produce uh, a lot of chemical in the water. There was a story about chemical secrets that this kind of painting cars are releasing the chemicals that produce painting cars. The process of that produces that chemicals uh, are released in the water, in the river, and all the animals near to this river get harmed and mutate and die. And I don't know how to say, the little creatures that were born in that area were with two, three eyes, two mouths, something like this. So that is, yeah, to discuss about it, to talk about good messages we can say about it. And then we have writing and grammar activity. A VA, the Eco Advisor, create a short idea for a new ad campaign for an eco-friendly product. So you must use modal verbs such as should, must, and might, and could. So firstly, I must explain to the students what it should, what it must, what it might, what it could. For example, should is for advisors, soft advisors, for soft advisors. For example, I should run I should do exercise tomorrow because I am not healthy. Something that I can take, but it's my option. There is nothing around me that can say you must do it. It's like obligation, because must is for obligation advices. No, not for advices, but obligation, mandatory. I don't know how to say, for rules, mandatory rules. Something you must do strictly. But should is just advice. If you want to do it, you do it. If you don't, it doesn't matter if you don't. You don't do it. But then we have might. Might is possible. The possible is you have a cause for that thing. For example, I get in love with a woman, and we are here. Just she's smiling at me, and I am smiling at her. She is taking my hand, and I'm taking her hand, and we have a cause for that thing. We have a cause, tenemos una causa ante esa situación que se está presentando en ese momento. Entonces, se hace una posibilidad con una causa detrás y que puede posiblemente pasar. Alta probabilidad que pasa, pero que hay una causa detrás de ello. And we have could. Could is for possibilities, abilities, for past and for future. And we, for example, we have here, let me see, could, it's a can, but can noise. You could charge your phone anywhere. Is an ability, right? No it's a possibility, it's an ability. An ability is that you can do it. You can do it the same way. You can do it, I don't know how to explain. Puedes hacerlo de igual forma. Es una habilidad. Y, por ejemplo, yo una habilidad que tengo, una habilidad de expresarme. Una habilidad. Edwin se puede hablar inglés fluidamente. Es una habilidad que yo tengo. Y el cargador, por ejemplo, en este caso, en un objeto material, por ejemplo, un cargador, un teléfono, ¿no? Ese teléfono puede cargarse, en este caso puede cargarse o podría cargarse en cualquier lado donde haya la luz del sol, ¿ya? Entonces es una habilidad que ese celular tiene. Por eso se utiliza could. You could charge your phone anywhere the sun shines, right? And that's all, right? And we finish with the wrap up. I want to ask a student these 3 questions related to what we have seen in these previous activities, right? What makes an environment successful? Which part of the class did you enjoy the most? Reading, vocabulary, listening, speaking, and writing. Most of the students prefer speaking, and most of the students prefer vocabulary, but most of them reading and speaking, right? So then we have, what new words did you learn today? What new words did you learn today? Sustainability, teacher, I learned the word sustainability, footprint, I learned conservation, I learned, for example, climate change, I learned, I don't know, many of the words that they have learned in this class, right? So then I'm gonna share with the student this link in order to make him or her them to fill out this form, right? And I tell the student that it's important that to them to fill out this assistant, because these are points that they are gaining for the courses, right? And thank you so much for having this class, and see you next time. Now at 3:30 I'm gonna do the next class, but the next class I think there are no students in that. I wanna do the same thing like this, right? Thank you so much, and see you next time.